what Ms. Silver's going to talk about. Maybe we could have two hotlines. One, make the principals and the maintenance people accountable also, and where we have issues, let's have it addressed immediately. And the same time frame, within 48 hours, getting back to the individual. I agree with Mr. Hobday.
I do hear our board member, Mr. Fink. What I was alluding to was years of disrepair and inability to pass budgets that would adequately repair certain areas. So yes, we can do all that, but what I'm talking about is a much bigger vision, one that takes our schools to where they really need to be, and one that puts the amount of money into infrastructure that we should have been spending quite some time ago and stop patching roofs and actually replace them. So yes, that's fine, but the end result is we are currently in a position of having to do what we need to do with the budget, but we're going to have to be preparing, and I would love, I'm going to have certain board members that I think will be important for them to be on there, to be a part of this committee, so they will see the type of money and effort that needs to be invested in our schools. So I hear you, I think it's a good idea, but we definitely have to look at the big picture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you.
Can I read the next name, sir?
Yes, sir.
Irene.
1075C, Armile Circle, Lakewood. I have worked as a school nurse in this district for 36 years. Many great things have happened in the school system that I have been part of. One of the highlights was chaperoning the high school band on a trip to California where they marched in the Rose Bowl parade. How great it was for the board, superintendent, administrators, parents and teachers working together. As we lost funding, programs have not been reinstated. I'm a past Board of Ed member on a neighboring town for 12 years, 3 years as president. While attending the mandated State Board of Ed workshops, I learned to ask 3 questions. Is it educationally sound? Is it budgeted for? How will it help our students in the future? And tonight I think you should ask the same questions when you're discussing the budget. As someone who has worked on school budgets, I urge you to strive for a thorough and efficient education for the children of Lakewood. Thank you.
Next.
Julie Mercer.
Julie Mercer, Winston Road. As a lifelong resident of Lakewood, teacher in district 20 years, taxpayer and parent of 3 children who attended Lakewood schools, as an attendee at board meetings for 30 plus years, not happy about that, I have seen the deterioration of our school system. I've seen the lack of continuity, eroded the pride once felt by our staff, families, and students, only to be replaced with contempt. We should be working as a team, but the reality is those days are over. Criticism is everywhere and solutions are nowhere. We hear about failing schools and rising taxes. I've always agreed with the theory death and taxes are inevitable. Don't like them, have to pay them. People are quick to say money isn't going to solve our problems, but yet they don't offer viable solutions. We as teachers are asked to do more with less, something that isn't exactly new, but obviously will get worse. This is not 1955, when large classes were the norm, students were prepared for school, came in with family support. The digital age wasn't even a part of the discussion. Now our students are coming to us with less school readiness, less family support, and as any teacher can tell you, more problems. Teachers are asked to teach, support, counsel, and be surrogate parents for our students. The consultants, the experts, are all ready to weigh in with what will work for us. The driving change in our schools recommends small literacy groups, conferencing with students, testing, daily, weekly, and monthly. Now let's do it with less staff and less supplies. This is so unrealistic, it's laughable. Do more with less, and oh, by the way, one should be positive about this. Yes, money doesn't solve all problems, but it is necessary to fund all of the programs and the ideas that keep coming. One of my greatest pleasures as a school librarian is to see a student eagerly choose a book, want to read it, come back and share. I really like that, can I have another? I'm realistic enough now to know that the library budgets in the future will not be what they should be, that teachers will be asked to dig deeper into their pockets, and that students will be given less of what they need in classrooms, lacking in what they need. Losing one staff member is wrong. Losing multiple members is devastating, and underfunding the school is reprehensible. Our board needs to work to replace funds taken away, work together with their staff. While I admit to loving you two, it's not where I want to see my town board members. Thank you.
Linda Manning.
Linda Manning, currently a kindergarten teacher at the Clifton Avenue Grade School. I have 31 years in the Lakewood School District. I was born in Lakewood, educated and graduated at the Lakewood Public Schools. I have concerns about the direction our district is going in. And by the way, this is our district. That concept is extremely important. Years ago, I attended training on the State Cooperative Relations Project. There were about 15 of us, administrators, superintendent, teachers, board members, the LEA president, paras, and secretaries. Everyone was represented. The entire premise was that we worked collaboratively at the district and building levels. This program worked. It brought people on board. We all had ownership in both district and building decisions. Many things since then have changed. We are no longer part of the process. Things just happen to us, top down, no input. Each year we are able to order less and less supplies for our classrooms. Basically, we order paper, pencils, and glue sticks. Our technology is basically non-existent. Kindergarten English language learners who are not in the bilingual program do not have sufficient organized services to support them in the regular classrooms. Last week, we lost our district paraprofessionals who are not yet highly qualified. I say lost because right now, they're gone. Hopefully, you will keep your promise to rehire them after they pass the parapraxis. Time will tell. Our students need the support of their services in our classrooms. I ask you, please, do not go any further with cuts that affect our students. Thank you.
Next person.
Don Albany.
Welcome back, Mr. Alvarez.
Good to see you. No seeing. Don Albanese, 4 Garden Ridge Court, Lakewood. I can see that there's a lot of unhappiness tonight. And part of it is the economy and what's happening to Lakewood schools. I was a teacher myself for many years. I'm a taxpayer for many years. And Lakewood taxes for the seniors is getting harder and harder to bear. We don't get many services. We just took away our EMS this summer. But when I talk tonight, I'd just like to mention Mr. Isabuk. Mr. Isabuk and I are friends for many years now. Regarding special ed. I was going through my files the other night and I saw this flyer that you put out, your child in special education. And it recurred to my mind that what is the board attorney acting as somebody who's going to be a reference for the parents of non-public schools? I was wondering what the credentials were for that task. Have you ever placed a child whose parents wanted him or her in the shy school? Have you ever placed any of those children in the public school program, which is much less costly, as we all know? In the December issue of the Jewish Journal, Norm Ocean's article wrote, quote, "Further evidence of the Jewish character of the school comes from its self-description as a state-approved private Jewish school in Ocean County." Now, the state monitors in 2002, after the board had gone $4 million in debt, the state monitors wanted to warned that religious instruction would have to stop. Has it? In June of 2003, Mr. Innsbruck, while already retained as the board attorney, advertised a special ed seminar for parents. He presented himself as a, quote, parent advocate. Oh, I thought he was the board advocate. Is this not a conflict of interest? In October of 2004, the Board of Education refused again a public request to integrate all special ed programs into one public school administered